Broadcasting live. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm Bear.
And I'm Dawn.
And this is Adventures in Xanadu. And it is our free beer Friday night.
Yes, it is.
Time to free the beer from the can or the bottle, or, maybe you just want to pop. Maybe you're a cocktail person. Maybe you don't like to drink, whatever. But it's the time to relax, take a deep breath.
Just chill out.
Just chill out. Maybe relax, you've been traveling all week. I mean, the weekend traditionally for RVers is a time not to move. It's a time to be settled in. You don't want to be out there with the weekend warriors moving around on weekends, so you kind of want to be settled in. So hopefully you're wherever you're going to be tonight, whether it's your sticks and bricks or your favorite camping spot, and enjoy the night with us. We've got a lot of fun coming up tonight.
We do.
We're going to have our What Is It?
What is it?
Yeah, we do our What Is It contest. We also have On This Date in History we'll do in a minute.
Right.
Our top 10.
That's
and
true.
I don't want to forget, we just started a couple of weeks ago, but Dawn Marie's redneck recipes.
Remember to get that in.
Yes, I don't want to forget that. I also want to say hi to, hey, Bruce. Bruce is in the room. Bruce Murray. Bruce. How you doing tonight?
Thanks for joining us.
Meant to Be Our Living. We love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. They did a great feature. I love the way they what?
Say that again. Meant to be what?
Meant to be RVing. Why does it? You know what? Your name is forever like. Let me tell you, this is an inherited thing, because the first time I went to Mount Rushmore with my dad, he called it Mount Mushmore. Mushmore. And no matter what we did, every time he went to say Mount Rushmore, he said Mount Mushmore. So when I say meant to be our living, I'm always going to mean to say meant to be RV.
I couldn't hold it back.
Yeah,
I just couldn't.
So I think you guys might be my Mount Mushmore. Also, who else? We have Our Vision Nomadic Living in the house.
Oh, I got my eyes
and
watering
I know I did it again. They're so right. Every time we watch a playback, it's always like, why? It's meant to be RVing.
I don't get it, people.
Yeah, absolutely. And glad to have you all in the room tonight. Let's see. So I think I talked about kind of the stuff we do tonight. We just do channel shout outs and say hi to everybody. And try to have a good time, relax. And actually, I'm going to take a sip of this right now.
You should.
So cheers, everybody. Cheers.
Maybe it'll help you say their name right next time. I don't know. Can't hurt the way
Maybe that's the problem. I haven't had enough.
Maybe that is the problem.
It could be. It could be. Some of the stuff going on, of course, don't forget tomorrow night we have to spring forward.
We do.
I call it tomorrow night. A lot of people would say Sunday morning. It's at 2 a.m. And this is the one where you have to go, at 2 a.m. it becomes 3 a.m.
That's true.
But we usually set our clocks ahead earlier.
We do.
8, 9 o'clock at night. I'll go ahead and flip it.
The real reason is because we always forget if we don't do it early.
Well, that's true. And but with the cell phones today, they do it automatically, so that's cool.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, back in the day, it was, and this was always the day. Back in the day, the microwave clock would never be right for the rest of the year. Because if you were lucky enough to figure out how to set a microwave once, you sure as heck couldn't do it for daylight savings time. So yeah.
So true. Hey, be sure to give us that thumbs up, y'all.
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate it. And let's see. So some of the stuff, this is our spring forward edition of Free Beer Friday as we move the clocks ahead tomorrow night. Some of the stuff that happened on this date, March 6th, this is actually Remember the Alamo Day.
Whoa, hey, no.
Yeah, that's a big one. Remember the Alamo Day. It was on this date in 1836 that the Alamo fell to Mexican forces, killed all 200 Texan defenders, and including some famous people, William Travis, James Bowie, the guy that invented the Bowie knife.
Okay.
And, of course, Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Davy Crockett. So, yeah, remember the Alamo Day. I know, don't sing, Bear, don't sing. It was on this date, 1912, the Oreo cookie was introduced.
Now that's important.
Wow.
That's very important. I mean, who doesn't like the Oreo?
I love the Oreo. Are you a spinner and opener and eat the good stuff out, or you are eat it whole?
I just take a bite right out of it. I don't take it apart.
I
I'm
do
not a frosting person.
I do both.
I'm not a frosting person. So.
And there's so many different kinds of Oreos now. It's amazing.
There is.
I mean, there's double stuff. There's ultimate stuff.
I like the thin.
And then they'll probably do a spring flavor. They probably have one out now, like a minty green or something is out right now. But yeah, it was on this date, 1912. The Oreo cookie was introduced by the National Biscuit Company. Hey, Blue Wave Odyssey, Bob's in the room. How you doing, Bob?
Hey, Bob.
Glad to see you here. And let's see, what else? Oh, it was on this date, 1964, that heavyweight boxing champion Cassius Clay became Muhammad Ali. Woo-hoo. Yeah, this was the big day. He changed his name to Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay, 1964. And finally, kind of a sad note on this date, but it was on this date, 2016, former First Lady Nancy Reagan passed away in Los Angeles. Not real sad. You know, I think anybody that lives to be 94, wow, she had a great life.
Right, exactly.
So she passed away, though, on this date, 2016, just a few years ago, at age 94. So Nancy Reagan. That is our on this date in history for March 6th, Free Beer Friday night.
It is.
I want to say hi to everybody in the room again and get a little cheers going. So cheers to everybody.
Sure.
We've got our What Is It coming up. We've got our top 10 that we're going to do.
Our Vision Nomadic Living.
We also have Dawn Marie's Redneck Recipes. And you know what? We got to officially start the show by doing this right here.
We should do that.
All right, and we're back. Free Beer Friday night, Bear and Dawn, and Adventures in Xanadu. Thanks for everybody for being here. We encourage you, if you're not a subscriber yet, I think everybody is, but we're only 5 away from 200. We're only 5 away from 200. What?
Woohoo!
Well, you got to start somewhere, man.
You do have to start somewhere.
5 away from 200. So if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe and that bell button, and we'd appreciate it. And hit the thumbs up on the live. That kind of lets people know that we're live and broadcasting, so we appreciate that.
Right.
Let's see, top 10, Dawn Marie's Redneck Recipes coming up. And you have some things about springtime as well. Of course, it's not, in Michigan, we don't have spring until summer.
Pretty much. Sadly enough, that's so true.
But we're getting ready. Actually, I think on Sunday, we're going to be in the upper 40s here, so we're excited to finally get out and get back in Xanadu and maybe do a little spring cleaning after the winter, see how she held up. We'll probably do a video on that actually coming up.
Yeah, we should do that.
If Sunday's nice, we'll get out there and shoot, because we haven't really done any kind of tour of our rig, so we'd like to get that done. But Dawn, you got some tips for spring cleaning, right? It's time.
I mean, a lot of people go in and start washing their windows and their walls and all that kind of stuff. And this year, especially with the flu virus going on and maybe a few things you might forget to wash and clean are the light switches. And I mean on the lights themselves, the switches on the walls. You know, a lot of times we forget to wipe those down good.
And I'll tell you what, with the, not to be a fearmonger, but with the coronavirus and stuff, this year, good to really do a thorough cleaning with the disinfectants and stuff.
Right.
And since I said that, I might as well do a shameless plug. Our last video was on coronavirus safety tips for RVers and van life people and nomadic people. So if you haven't checked that out, that was the last video we did just a day or two ago, I guess. So if you haven't seen that, we'd encourage you to go check it out. It's just, you know, we're not doctors, but it's just some good tips on how to kind of protect ourselves in the campgrounds.
And another thing you do is clean all those remotes, you know, the TV remotes. All the time we forget to wipe those down.
Man.
You know, well, that's true. Can you imagine?
No, I can. Mine has got to be filthy. I mean, I you know, it never moves. It's like growing into my hand
all times.
And when it's not in my hand, it falls down around my bottom part, and sometimes I sit on it. So yeah.
And I can't get away from you to clean it.
Probably should clean that.
Yeah, you should probably clean that. Oh boy. Okay, make sure you clean all your spigots in your house. You know,
spigots.
And that, like the sink turnaround jobby doobies.
Okay.
You know, spigots. Isn't that what you call them?
Mm.
I call them spigots.
I know, anyway, but you're old, so I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, good Lord, people! I tell you, I try with him.
I know. It's a good thing I've already had dinner, or I wouldn't get any later. But yeah, spigots.
And don't forget the toilet thingy.
When you're pumping, when you're doing the pump to get your water, make sure you clean off the pump handle.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those nights. I can feel it.
I can't help it.
Wow.
Well, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, clean all the door handles. You know, not just the main door, not just those handles, but the bedroom door handles, the bathroom handles. You know. And then
this goes for RVs too. Same.
Oh yeah,
same
definitely.
Stuff, yeah.
Doesn't matter, you know.
Right.
It's just some spots that people often forget to clean.
Sure.
You know.
Right.
Like the refrigerator handles.
Or like we said, the microwave even.
Yes.
Microwave
yes,
handle.
The microwave handles. You know, a lot of people forget that. And the stove knobs, the little turn-arounder jobby doos.
Sure.
That's signs those come
The
on.
jobby doos, yeah.
It's very important to get your jobby doos cleaned.
Right. Spigots and jobby doos, make sure they're cleaned.
That's right. Sadly enough, I know what I'm talking about.
I know you do. And sadly enough, I do too. So.
See?
Right.
You're not well either.
I always keep my jobby doos super clean.
That's right. Anyway, just a few things that you might want to remember when you're doing that spring cleaning.
Make sure you buff your jobby doos.
Hey, Cummings Camping.
Hey, Cummings Camping, how you doing? Appreciate y'all.
Did you say hi to our Visions of Matic Living?
I think so. Maybe not. Cummings Camping, Blue Wave, Bob's here. 380 people in his live stream. Wow, people are still talking about that.
How many do we have?
I watched. We have
3?
4, I think, 5. I don't know. I don't count. I don't have a counter.
How come we
I
don't
don't have a counter. I don't know, because I don't have the fancy counter one. I can see how many thumbs up we have. We only have 2.
That's not very many.
Better than 0.
Bob, where's the thumbs up?
Better than 0. That's my theory. All right, so it is a free beer Friday night, and I think it's about time for our top 10, isn't it?
Yeah, it is time for that.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Here comes the top 10, everybody. Free beer Friday night. All right, and it is time for another edition of our Free Beer Friday Night Top 10. And the theme this week is, spring.
True, spring it is.
It's starting to sprung. Or at least we do set the clocks ahead this week, so don't forget to spring ahead this week. Let's see. So here we go. Top 10. Number 10, signs of spring. There you go.
Nice.
The top 10 signs of spring. All right, number 10, the birds are singing.
They are finally singing.
Right, and if you live down south, you don't know it, but up in the north, in the wintertime, it gets so quiet.
Oh, it does.
It's eerie.
And I go take the dogs out, and it's just like silent.
Yeah, and we live in the woods, and it's just, man, it is dead quiet. But anyway, the birds are finally returning.
They are.
People are starting, in Michigan, it's robins. So you can start to hear just a little bit. Yeah, our state bird is robin.
Right.
And that's always in Michigan. When you see your first robin, there's an old tradition. You lick your thumb, you put it in your palm, and you do that. It's for good luck.
That's what he has always told me.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody else do that.
But yeah, that's common in Michigan.
He says it's common.
Number 9, top 10 signs of spring. Number 9, the trees are budding.
They are.
Yes, we're starting to see them bud out. The red maples are starting.
Yes, right out the door. Mm-hmm. Like I say, when I go into the back, the first one is the big red maple tree. And they are. You can see the little buds on there. Woo-hoo.
Yep, it's getting started. And also, people are just getting their first batches of maple syrup.
Right.
So this is the time the sap starts running.
That's big.
And that's all over Facebook right now. People making their maple syrup, homemade maple syrups.
And it's not cheap.
We'll be able to eventually. We have our place here is really our base camp set up. We have a lot of red maples. But they're young, but in another 3 or 4 years, probably we could get a nice crop of maple syrup out of there.
We could do that.
And this is a weird one. Top 10 signs of spring. Number 8, the peepers are peeping. Right.
Did you say peepers?
Right. I didn't say the neighbors.
Is that the people that are spying?
No, I didn't say the neighbors were peeping.
Peepers.
That's a whole different subject.
Yeah, but people that peep are
peepers.
Yeah,
peepers. And this is real. This is for real. A peeper is a little teeny frog. It's like a 1-inch frog.
Is that true?
Yes, true. They're called peepers. And they say that when they start peeping, these little 1-inch frogs, that's a sure sign of spring because they have come out of their frozen holes.
Well, I know that here we do get a lot of those little frogs, but, like Bear said, it's not really spring for us yet because it's not summertime. But
I haven't heard the frogs yet, yeah.
No, but I remember when we were in Florida, though, when I went to work, you saw those little tiny frogs.
The frogs in Florida have the
magical
sticky
frogs.
cups. Have the sticky.
Yeah, the little feet.
Right.
suction
You
cups.
walk out at night in Florida and they'll jump the hook.
Ooh, I've had those jump on me before.
They hook on you. All right,
me
top
out.
10 signs of spring. Number 7 are just the fresh scents.
Yes, the smell.
Yes, and not so much flowers because they're not out yet,
No.
but the fresh scent of the earth. In other words, our earth is actually starting to thaw out now a little bit. Just a little. So you start to smell the earth again. It's a beautiful
It's
beautiful
kind of
smell.
cracking me up right now because one of the things about that is not really smelling the worms, but you get rain.
Oh, I haven't had that yet.
And I can kind of.
That's much later.
But it reminds me of, because the earth is, you can smell it.
Right. Number 6, top 10 signs of spring are, big deal in Michigan, potholes galore.
Oh, yes.
Yes, potholes galore. In Michigan, this is a big one. They're everywhere. So we have horrible potholes. We got potholes, people go into them, you never find them again. But that was one of the big things in Michigan when they legalized marijuana. They said, fix the potholes by legalizing pot. You know, pot for pot.
I get it.
Yeah, they did that. So, all right, top 10 signs of spring. Number 5, loud crashing noises. And we do hear that.
We do hear that a lot.
It's the frozen, your roofs here. You get some ice. You get ice dams, they call them. And you will,
icicles.
As soon as it gets over 40 degrees, you'll hear a big boom. It's actually ice falling off your roof.
It's very scary.
That's number 5. Number 4, top 10 signs of spring. Top 10 signs of spring. We have number 4, you finally feel motivated to peel off the 3M plastic you taped and blow dried to your windows.
On the windows?
Right. And if you're from the South, you don't get this. But it gets so cold in the up here. I mean, we're almost in Alaska. It gets so cold. They have a 3M plastic film that you put around your window and you tape it on. You use your blow dryer and that tightens down that plastic and it seals your windows so you can keep a lot more heat in the house. So
let's see.
That's pretty cool.
RV.
Yeah. What do we got?
They're talking about their beers, man.
Oh, good.
Corona. Okay.
Well, pop them up there.
There you are. Let's see. What else do we have? Hard to beat the draft beer.
Yeah. All right, top
RV
10.
Vision is he's agreeing about the Michigan roads. They are horrible.
Oh, they're terrible.
You know, it's because of all the salt.
Not really.
Up here, it's not as bad as down.
No, don't kid yourself. It's maintenance. It's money. It's money.
It's that too.
It's just they don't spend the money.
They
don't hardly use salt anymore. They use like a sand mix. So
right.
No, it's not that. It's called money. Let's see. Number 4, top 10 signs of spring. When the kids lose a mitten and you don't bother to replace it.
Now that is spring.
Yes, you can finally be like,
you're like, I don't know where it's at. I'm tired of looking for it. You've lost it so many times. I'm just,
top 10 signs of spring. Number 2, the first time you drive in your car and you forget to turn your heater on. Mm-hmm. And honestly, in Michigan, that's over 30 degrees if the sun is out.
Yes,
it'll be like 35, and if the sun's out and it's coming in the windshield, you'll be driving along, and all of a sudden you forget, hey, I didn't even turn the heater on.
Right.
That's one of our signs.
That's when you know.
Signs of spring.
Springtime.
Right. Or the first time you can roll the window down.
Right.
And not get
freeze.
frostbite. But the number 1. All right, are you all ready? The number 1. The number 1. Sign of spring is your mailbox finally stops getting knocked over by the damn snowplow guy.
Woo-hoo!
Yes.
Man, that happens to us on a regular basis.
Man.
I'm just telling you right now.
We are constantly fighting the mailbox. The snowplow guy.
Sorry, you lost your mitten.
3 or 4 times a year.
Mitten.
Yeah.
What was that little thing?
This little kitten that lost his
little
mitten.
kitten lost his mitten.
Right. So anyway, that was our top 10 on our free beer Friday night. I want to thank everybody for being in the room. We do got 5 thumbs up now. That's awesome.
Oh, hey, now.
Thank you very much. And I want to say hi to the room. What I can see anyway, we've got Our Vision Nomadic Living, Cummings Camping. We got Meant to Be RVing.
Ooh.
I said it right. See there? Blue Wave Bob was here earlier. Bob.
He was here. He was.
Appreciate him. Cummings Camping, of course. We love them guys. What are they talking about? They got something there. He's got a good one. Or when the windshield fogs up. Oh, and you forget to turn on the defrost. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, that's how you know.
Daisy.
Right, they're from Ohio, so they know. And you know what? I think Ohio, at least my sister and brother-in-law live in Columbus, and I think you all are about a month ahead of us.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah, like our March weather is kind of like your February weather, and our April weather is like your May weather, or vice versa.
Oh, boy.
See, if you went for 7 days and the train was going 250 miles an hour, and then you were in April, it would feel like March, and then Groundhog Day.
Oh, man.
Where we at? Help me out here, man.
Yeah, help me
All
out.
right, help me out.
More, help me out.
What is this? Is it time for your special thing?
It is my special thing.
Well,
Jerry.
give me a second. Give me a
right,
second here. I want to get all ready for you.
I have a special
All
thing.
right. Yes, yes. Special music. It is time for another edition of Dawn Marie's Redneck Recipe. One more time.
Yes, please. That's really good.
Yes, get you in the mood.
You gotta do it again.
I will. All right. Dawn Marie's Redneck Recipes.
Alrighty then.
You got something for spring? What are we doing?
I do. We're going to hop right into it.
Hop right into spring.
Right into
all right,
it.
we're going to hop into spring.
With the penny with bunny and asparagus.
Penny? You mean like penny
like
pasta?
Like the penny pasta? Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Now, you will need 1 package of the pasta.
All right.
5 tablespoons.
Like a pound?
Whatever comes in the damn
16
package,
ounce,
you know,
right?
Just yeah.
Yeah. I'm just checking you, man. I'm
He's
you
in
know.
so much trouble. You guys.
I'm messing with her. I'm not gonna, All right.
And 5 tablespoons of olive oil, ish. You know, if you're like me, you don't really measure. You're gonna need 2 bunnies.
What?
Bunnies, rabbit.
You need rabbit?
Bunnies.
All right.
Okay.
Who's getting the rabbit?
You don't have any rabbit?
No, I'll send Rosie out. That's our big hunter dog, Rosie.
Yeah, we'll send her out.
Yeah, we'll send her out. She'll get the rabbit. All right.
So we need.
What if you don't have rabbit?
I don't know. Use chicken.
Use chicken. Okay. I just want it for people that don't. If you're not like us and you don't have 30 rabbits in the freezer, chicken would be a substitute.
You could use chicken if
but
you're
anyway,
like
let's go with
people.
the bunny. I like the bouncing into spring.
It wouldn't be a redneck recipe
if it wasn't bunny. Right.
So
all right.
Get it
Rabbits
together.
are delicious, man.
They are good. Now listen to the.
As long as you don't get a pellet. If you get on a pellet.
I tell you.
From the buckshot.
Oh, you're gonna make me have to have a drink. You keep going, man.
I thought we were drinking.
Okay. Anyway, you need 2 bunnies. You're gonna parboil those, debone them, cube them up.
All right.
If you don't, you could shred them too if you wanted to. But I'm saying go with the cubing.
All right.
You're gonna need salt, pepper, garlic powder.
Okay.
1/2 cup of chicken broth. Yes, Barry. Or you can use the same broth.
What about bunny broth?
That's what I knew you were going to say. I just knew it. I was just going to say you can use the same broth that you parboiled the bunny in.
All right. Well, I would. Bunny broth. Yeah.
Bunny broth.
I love me some bunny broth.
Oh, okay. Now you're going to need a bunch of asparagus.
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 You know what? They have that at the store now, but it's not seasoned. But I saw it at the store.
It's close to it, though. If we
It's
get around
close.
all this ground, thing they pop up.
All right.
We get a lot of asparagus here in Michigan.
Yeah, we're big asparagus producers here in Michigan.
Which is my favorite on my head. Okay, can I
favorite
continue?
on your head?
I said "and." No, in my mouth, not on my head.
What?
All right, let's get back to this recipe, shall we?
Okay.
You're going to need a bunch of asparagus.
All right.
You're going to cut that up diagonally into 1-inch pieces.
Okay.
Okay, now you're going to need a clove or 2 of garlic.
Okay.
Cut that up real nice and thin.
Chop it up.
Chop it up.
Chop it up.
1/2 cup of Parmigiano cheese.
Parmigiano. What about the Parmigiano Reggiano?
Yeah, that too.
Okay.
Oh, people.
Now, do you want the fresh Parmesan?
You can do it either way.
Okay. I love the fresh.
That just fell out of my ear.
It doesn't matter, does it?
I don't want it.
What are you listening to?
Music.
I figured you had another channel on.
I do.
She's probably listening to.
How am I going to know what a
probably
competition
got a different live stream on, right?
You got to know what a competition
right,
is.
I know.
Do both. I'm
Hey, the art of RVing is here.
Oh.
How you guys doing? All right, so let's continue.
Shall we?
Hi,
okay,
guys.
now.
I got her off task.
You really did.
It's hard when you watch a show where both people have ADD. It's hard.
Wowsy.
Neither one of us.
All right.
Neither one of us can
He's
control.
talking.
Right.
I'm gonna have to have a drink. Before,
all right. I'm gonna need another one out of the bag there. I think that's where we keep our beer in a bag. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Now, did I even say that you're gonna parboil that? Okay. First, you're going to parboil and prepare that bunny. Get it cut up. All right. Okay. Then you're gonna boil that pasta.
Okay.
Drain it, set it aside, and just cover it up and keep it warm. Okay? I'm trying to talk fast because I know you're going to interrupt me.
It sounds good.
Okay, then you pour your broth into a skillet.
All right.
And you add your asparagus and all the spices that we spoke about earlier.
Okay.
Including that garlic that you sliced up.
Yes, that's delicious.
Okay. Cover and steam that up till it's nice and tender. Now, it'll be like 5-10 minutes, or depending on how tender you like it. Some people want to crunch, some people don't.
What, for the bunny?
Not the bunny, the asparagus.
I like it a little crunchy, sure.
Why would you want a crunchy bunny?
I don't know. Sometimes people fry it. I don't know.
Not in
All
this
right.
recipe.
I don't want to get goofy. Go ahead. She worked for hours getting this ready.
Anyway, then you add your bunny and your pasta and all that stuff together. Mix it really good. Drizzle that with that olive oil that you spoke about and put your Parmigiano cheese on top.
Or Parmigiano Reggiano.
Either one. You know,
What if you like...
Enjoy.
Yes. Enjoy primo naman. Hey,
Enjoy.
Happy spring to you. Bounce forward with the bunny.
That is your penny with bunny and asparagus recipe.
All righty. Thank you very much, Dawn Marie, and your redneck recipe. Very
thank you.
nice.
Thank you very much.
Very nice. Very nice job. All right.
I'm going to get the bag.
Man, for people that are just joining us, you must have nothing better to do with your lives. But I'm Bear, and that's Dawn, and we are Adventures in Xanadu, and it's a free beer Friday night. Just having some fun, having a couple of beers. Speaking of that, I need one.
I don't know. Maybe I should be nice to you. I don't know.
I'm not sure where we're even at on the program. I've lost track.
We're going to do, you know what we're going to do?
I like it, the art of IVing. I have OCD and ADD, so everything has to be perfect, but not for very long. Exactly. Right.
You guys are too much
alike. I know that feeling so much. Yes, it has to be perfect. But then, I'm on. Whatever's next.
Here, you can have this now.
But it is very frustrating until it finally gets there, and then you're like, oh, okay, that wasn't that big a deal anyway.
What's that? Okay.
It's probably something electrical.
Yeah, that's all right. Just blow up the place.
Sure, why not?
Shoot.
We got insurance.
All right.
All right, what's going on here? Free beer Friday night, and
it's time for our comment of the week.
Oh, all right, time for the
comment
of the week. And let's go ahead and get that pulled up. We like to do this every week. We appreciate our Xanadu crew out there, and we've had a lot of great comments. And I've got one, I believe, right here. Our crew comment of the week. This comes from Camper Life, William, over at Camper Life. What a great guy, man. He just got that GoFundMe, I think, for Thin Blue Lane, and got him their $300 back for the emergency thing. So that was awesome.
That's true.
Yeah, William's just a great guy. And we love him. And he commented on our last one. This is the video we just did. Just came out a day or two ago. It's about the coronavirus and camping.
He's not here, though, today, is he?
I don't believe so. But it's for some safety tips for camping and some things we're all going to have to think about now that this coronavirus has actually gotten a lot worse just in the 2 days since we did the video. But William said, great topic. I'm still not sure how I feel about it at this point. You did a great job in bringing it up, though. He thought that it needed to be said. And William says, I hope it's going to be like SARS or the other and just fades out over time. And you know what? We do, too. But it's not looking that way, man. It ain't looking good.
Scarier and scarier,
they just found that, like that cruise ship, they've got that quarantine. There's like 20 or 30 people now that have it.
Right. Isn't
on
that
the
like
boat.
The second one that's happened to, I think?
Yeah, I think in the last while. But anyway, I think there's 14 confirmed deaths in the U.S. now and over 270 cases. So I don't think it's a regular type flu, but we're not going to get crazy about it right now. But we did do a safety video.
We're having fun here.
We did some tips, though, but I want to promote our last video because we want people to watch our videos.
Hey, watch our last video,
so
please.
It's about the coronavirus and some safety tips, so we would appreciate that. So. All right, that's our crew comment of the week. Is it time for our contest yet? That's my favorite part. Want to say hi to everybody in the room. Thanks for the thumbs up.
Oh, yeah.
I think everybody's a subscriber, but if you're not, we're only 5 away from 200. So maybe tell your friends. Tell one of your friends or family. Yeah, we'd like to get to the 200 just because you got to have goals in life, and not that 200 means anything, but it's a goal.
It means it's 200.
It means it's 200 more than zero. Right, more than zero. Yeah. All right, it is time for a little thing we like to call...
What is it?
All right, what is it? This is where we can do all kinds of stuff. See, we made this where we can do anything. We can do TV themes, TV songs, movie themes, movie lines, movie songs.
That's right. We can do what we want.
We have a lot of fun with this. So it's called What Is It? And tonight we're going to do movie stuff again.
Cummings Camping loves this game. I just got to say that.
All right.
He likes it a lot.
We do too. What is it? What is it? All right, we're going to get things fired up tonight. Like I said, tonight we are going to do the movie.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain.
And that's the first
For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston, and so nevermore shall we see you again.
All right, and that is our first one. What is it? That's a famous line, or actually in this case, the singing of a line from a huge movie. Let me play it one more time for it in case it caught you off guard.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston, and so nevermore shall we see you again.
Oh, man, I love that song. I'll tell you, when I lived in Florida, we always loved to boat. We had some cabin cruisers, and we really have done more camping in boats.
It's true.
Or as much.
About as
but
much.
maybe a little more in boats than we have RVs. But, man, I used to love going out and I'd sing that song. Farewell and adieu. Yes,
you're
exactly
really
right.
comfortable when you're out there in the middle of the ocean and someone's singing that song.
Right.
I was gonna say.
And, you know, so anyway, Jaws is always fun when you're actually on the boat in the water.
got
But
that right,
I think it was the art of RVing.
Oh!
Hey, guys, congratulations. Jaws, yes. And the guy you heard singing there was Quint, and that was played by Robert Shaw. The movie came out in 1985. That was Quint. He was the captain of the big ship that wouldn't give up.
That's true.
And the other big stars in Jaws were, of course, Roy Scheider, who was the police chief, and Richard Dreyfuss.
Yes.
Played
Richard
the science
Dreyfuss.
nerd, the science guy.
I like him.
Yeah, that was a great
Like him a
movie.
lot.
Jaws came out in 1975. Wow.
Hey, let's say
That
hi
long
to
ago.
Harry S. Gaming.
Hey, Harry, how you doing? Harry S. Gaming. Great White. Yes, it was.
Oh, the Art of RVing says
Yes.
they enjoy our live as well. They say
All
it's
right.
pretty
Appreciate
good.
that. And it is, what is it? What is it? We're getting movies again tonight. And here comes our next What Is It? Everybody ready? And like I say, there's no prizes for a small channel, but eventually we'll come up with something. I think I may have a pile of scrap lumber for next week. I'm not sure. I'm working on it. But here's our next What Is It? What is it?
Okay.
Look what I have created! I have made fire! I have made fire!
And who can't relate to that as an RVer? You know, when you're out
Noah's
there,
Ark.
when you're out there making a fire, you know, who can't relate to that? You know, it always feels so good, you know?
When you finally get
Look what I have created! I have made fire! I have made fire!
I have felt like that many times.
yes, many
But
times.
I'm going to have to spill the beans. I got to be honest with you. My wife is a firebug. She
I like it a
loves the
lot.
campfire. And I love to sit and have a beer. And I go, move that log just to the right.
He does that.
But she enjoys
but
it.
I don't usually do what he
She's
tells
the
me to do
she's
with
the stick
fire,
lady.
'cause
No, she has her own
I
theory
don't
of
have
how the
to.
fire should go. But are we getting any?
I don't know.
Anybody got that one? Oh yeah, I think we already got a winner. There we
I've
go.
got a dog right here really
That's Rosie.
bothering me.
All right,
Rosemary,
there we
stop
go.
that.
Our Vision Nomadic Living Castaway. Yes. Congratulations, my friends. Congratulations. Yes.
Easy, Arizona. Nope.
All right. Congratulations. Yes. Castaway. And of course, that was the character was Chuck Nolan, played by Tom Hanks. And Castaway came out in 2000.
Alrighty then.
Wow, 20 years ago.
Yeah, Cummins
20
Camping.
years
It was
ago.
Tom Hanks.
Wow, 20 years ago. All right, what is it? Continues on.
Okay.
Here comes our next movie. What is it?
What is it?
Do you think I'm afraid?
I think you've been afraid all your life.
All right, this one might be a little tougher. All right, a little bit tougher. Here it comes. What is it?
Do you think I'm afraid?
I think you've been afraid all your life.
I think you've been afraid all your life. All right, great movie. Any guesses yet? Great movie. All right. Should we do one more time? It's a quick one.
I think we
Let's
should
play it
do
one
it.
more time.
Do you think I'm afraid?
I think you've been afraid all your life.
All right, what is it? What is it?
Slide
What
that
is it?
up.
I don't think I have to do that.
Oh.
All right, what is
do
it? That's our what is it? I have a dog licking my foot now.
See, I told you she got off me, and she thinks that's her.
Oh,
dog
Rosie.
house.
Yeah. She-
Art of again, raised in Arizona.
no, not raising Arizona.
It's
Oh man.
He says that to all of them.
Yeah. Is that the Nicolas Cage movie, Raising Arizona? Art of RVing? I think it is. Nicolas Cage, yeah. Meant to be RVing. Temptation. No, not Temptation. No. Let's see. What clue could I give you? This movie also came out in 2000. This movie came out in 2000.
Below zero.
Meant to be RVing somewhere below zero. Nope. One more time. One more time. Let me play it.
Do you think I'm afraid?
I think you've been afraid all your life.
All right, let me give you a big hint. Starring Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe.
Maybe that'll
All
help.
right, starring Russell Crowe. Harry S. Gaming says The Godfather. No. Nope, not somewhere below zero. Harry S. Gaming.
No way, they're not going to guess it.
All right, might not. It came out in 2000. Starred Russell Crowe.
Okay.
I'll give you the character names. This might help.
Don't give it too much now.
It was the two characters that are talking to each other are Commodus and Maximus. Commodus and Maximus, and this is what they said.
Do you think I'm afraid?
I think you've been afraid all your life.
All right, we got a winner. There we
got
go.
One. There we
go. Yes, our RV Vision Nomadic Living Gladiator. Yes, starring Russell Crowe in the year 2000. Very nice. What is it? What is it? Oh, The Art of RVing, Cinderella Man. I love that. Man, what a great movie.
That is a good movie.
That's Cinderella Man. I watch that every few months.
Did we just do this so you guys give us ideas of what we want to watch later tonight?
It's true. The Cinderella Man. I love that Cinderella Man. What a comeback story. And you know what? When I watch that, they're so down and out during the Depression. And, they're frying the bologna, which I've actually, grew up eating fried bologna sandwiches. I see that and I'm like, you know what, man? You watch a movie like that and you go, we are blessed. We
are very blessed.
So if you can fry up a piece of bologna, you're doing good.
Be happy with it.
All right, what is it? What is it? Here's our final one, everybody.
Okay.
We don't do it all night. Here's the final one of what is it?
What do you got?
Now, I'm going to give you a hint right away. This movie came out in 1968.
Wow, that's a long time
It's an old one. It's an oldie. Here we go. The final what is it of the night.
Do you have any weapons, any guns?
The best, but we won't need them.
I'm glad to hear it. I want one anyway.
You would like to have one anyway, please?
Yes, please may I have a weapon?
May I have one
all right, one more time. The movie came out in 1968. Here it is.
Do you have any weapons, any guns?
The best, but we won't need them.
I'm glad to hear it. I want one anyway.
I love that.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Do you have any weapons, any guns? We have the best. But you won't need it. I want one anyway.
Yeah, that's funny.
See, anybody got it? Let's see.
Let's see here.
No, not so far. Let's see. All right, it came out in 1968. It was in color.
Oh, man.
Let's see. Let me give you the
Raising Arizona.
Raising Arizona.
This is go-to.
Hey.
The go-to.
Yes. No, it's not.
it's
No,
not.
it's not. It's not.
No,
It's
no,
not. It's
no.
not. All right, Planet of the.
boy.
I almost said it. I did. Dang it.
Why'd you do that?
All right, Planet of the Apes.
See, you should have just waited and see if they were paying attention. They might not have got it.
I know it.
See,
Anyway,
you
the
messed
characters
that up.
were Colonel George Taylor and
tell ya,
Cornelius.
I tell ya.
Man, I gave up my last. What is
You
it?
should have let that slide. Haven't
I
I taught
know.
you anything?
Well, I guess
Maybe
not.
they were too busy and didn't know.
I'm
that.
slow.
Well,
Do you have any weapons, any guns?
The best, but we won't need them.
I'm glad to hear it. I want one anyway.
And that was, of course, Charlton Heston. Charlton Heston. Yes, and he ended up being the president of the NRA or the
I don't know,
chairman or
was it?
whatever he was. Oh, yeah.
I knew that.
Right. I'll give up my guns when
I
you
knew all
tear
that,
out of
by the way.
my
I'm just
cold,
making
dead
sure
hand.
he knows what he's talking about.
All right.
It's usually
So anyway, Charlton Heston, in Planet of the Apes, 1968. So there you go. That is another edition of What Is It?
It is.
We always have a good time with that.
We do. I love that. What is it?
Yeah.
We don't know what it is.
It's a lot of fun.
What
Well,
is it?
we know what it is,
Well,
but
we know. He
and-
knows what it is.
right.
Sometimes I know what it is, and sometimes
and sometimes we tell people what it is before they guess what it is. So,
we sometimes do that.
all right. Once again, I'm Bear.
And I'm Dawn.
And we are Adventures in Xanadu. We appreciate all the support out there. We just come on every Friday night and call it Free Beer Friday and just have some fun and kind of relax and enjoy ourselves. We hope you do too. If you're RVing out there, we wish you all the best. And We hope you stay safe on the road. If you're in your sticks and bricks, we hope you have a great rest of the weekend and enjoy yourselves out there. We want to thank everybody that came into the live stream tonight. And give us a thumbs up. And be sure to check us out on Facebook. Yes. It's facebook.com/Adventures in Xanadu. Mm-hmm. And we got a video we just released a couple of days ago, sadly enough, about coronavirus. But I think it's kind of important. So if you could check it out, we'd appreciate that.
We'll have another new one next week.
Yep, we'll have another video coming out next week. We try to do one video and one live a week so far.
At least, yeah.
So we're getting there. So anyway, want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. And y'all have a great rest of the weekend. And
we do appreciate it, y'all.
For Adventures in Xanadu, we'll see you next time.
Toodaloo!